everybody. Welcome. If you are live, well, first of all, it's Suzanne James here, if you didn't know, and welcome to my live today. If you are here live, just pop in, say hello, pop a hey in the comments. And if you're catching it up on replay later, just put a hashtag replay. And I can read all your comments later on, so that would be fantastic. So, hi Susanna, great to see you here. Hey Sharon, nice to see you here. So actually this year for me has been a roller coaster of emotions as I'm really doing so much learning and stepping into the unknown. And I'm most definitely out of my comfort zone right now, and it's pretty uncomfortable, let me tell you. Hi Kelly, great to have you here. So, it's been pretty uncomfortable for me. But when someone actually says they're out of their comfort zone, what exactly is it? What exactly is this comfort zone? And why do we kind of happily stay in that place when, deep down we know that it's not the best place for us to be? So in our comfort zone, that's where we are, it's that sense of familiarity, isn't it? We've got the security and the certainty. And then when we step outside of our comfort zone, that's when we're taking a risk. And we're opening ourselves up to that possibility, isn't it, of some stress and anxiety. We're not quite sure what's actually going to happen or how we're going to react. And usually the stronger the desire for that change, the more that we want something to happen, the more discomfort that we're going to be feeling as we get closer to that unknown. So that feeling, hi Katie, nice to see you here. That feeling of sort of, that comfort is actually programmed into us, which is why it's so hard for us to actually let it go. We're creatures of comfort, aren't we? We like doing the same things. We like knowing what's coming next. And then we can plan accordingly. So although that safety and security is kind of what we want and we crave, it won't drive us forward. Oh, okay, see you later. Great, see you Kelly, have a great day. So there's nothing wrong with being in your comfort zone. There's nothing wrong with it. Hi Kay, nice to see you here. The problem happens when you get too comfortable and you start holding yourself back instead of challenging yourself to learn and grow and try new things. So first of all, to understand what's inside your comfort zone, we're just going to do a very, very simple exercise here. And I want you to just think of a piece of paper with a circle on it. And everything you are experiencing right now in your life is inside that circle. So everything inside your comfort zone is inside that circle. So, how you're feeling right now, your current state of health, your personal fitness, the people you connect with, your friends, the friendships that you have, your current job, the financial state that you're in, and so much more. That's inside that circle. That's inside your comfort zone. Now, everything that you desire in your life, everything that you want but don't currently have, is outside that circle. And so to get it, you're probably going to have to do something new or different. You're going to have to step outside your comfort zone. You have to get uncomfortable. So just think back to a time in your life where you've made a significant change. And just have a think about now, just drop in the comments how it made you feel when you had to do some had to go through a significant change. Just pop something in the comments there. Hi Florentina, great to see you here. Just pop something in. I can probably guess that you will have found that you had huge discomfort and fear. So if I give you an example there of, for me, when I left my senior job in the corporate world to set up my own business. Hi Claire, nice to see you. So for me, when I left my corporate job, I had to, what I was sort of feeling, I'd been completely comfortable knowing what I had to do each day. Then suddenly I felt lost. fearful. I was full of overwhelm. Oh yes, Katie, yeah, anxious. I was anxious. I was stressed. And I had that little voice inside my head just coming up with 1,000 reasons why, I was going to fail, that I should avoid doing what I was doing. Because, obviously that was stepping into the unknown. So there were actual times where I really, really didn't think I could do it. But I pushed on. I pushed myself. Florentina's quite interesting. I like to step out of my comfort. Some areas I'm still in the comfort zone. Oh, we'll come to that in a minute, Florentina, actually. And it's usually with something like that, it is that fear of the unknown, isn't it, that stops us doing it. But yeah, we'll come on to that in a moment about it, because there's a real benefit of actually stepping out of your comfort zone. There really is. But the thing is, you have to push yourself out of it. When you are falling back into that sort of cozy and comfortable, then, you're not being everything. I know for me, I'm not being everything I can be. And so for you, Florentina, because you're able to step out of it and you like doing it, maybe there's a reason why that you're still in your comfort zone in certain areas of your life. Now, I can just guess that when you've had times of change, you would have felt really uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable. And, if I just think back to, I've ran a live NLP practitioner course recently. And one of the delegates on there was made redundant literally 2 days before the training started. And it was a hugely unsettling time for them. And it was actually a tough decision for them to make to continue with the training, because that would have been the easy option to do, wouldn't it? To actually stop doing that. So although it's scary at the time, we do need to do those massive things. We do need those massive things like a redundancy or giving up a secure job to actually push us out of our comfort zone and to move forward. Because change actually happens at the extremes, either when things are going really good for us or actually when they're going really bad. And often, brilliant, thanks Claire, it was an awesome course. We had some fantastic delegates on that course and we had some huge transformations going on. And, just think if that person hadn't have actually gone on that course, what they'd have missed out on. So, there is this benefit of stepping out into that unknown sometimes. Because often we wait for the right time, we wait for the right money for us to come to us, but it's usually that big jolt that makes it happen for us. We need something to actually push us out there. But what if we could do it for ourselves, So if you think about it, when you were a child, it was natural to take risks, wasn't it? We were children are naturally risk takers. It's only as we start getting older that we actually start holding ourselves back. Fearing maybe that failure that might happen, and then it stops us actually attempting new things. So this is a massive obstacle to us for growing as people, because actually stepping outside of your comfort zone is actually essential to your personal growth. It's absolutely essential. So how can we actually expect to evolve in our lives and our careers if we stick to habit and routine? Who can say right now, who wants to just pop in the comments there, who has found themselves sticking with some habit and routine lately, that they have become comfortable in their comfy zone? Just pop a note in the comments there if that's something that you can kind of think that you're doing right now. And there's again, there's nothing wrong with it. Well, let's just see how many people, or if you just want to pop your hand up there and just say yes. Actually, it's quite easy to stick in that habit and routine sometimes. Sometimes we have to take a risk and do something that we might actually not succeed at, because it's actually going to make us grow. We don't grow in our comfort zone, and actually we can go quite stale whilst we're in there. Yeah, good. Yeah, I did. And and then we've stepped right, you can step out of it. Florentina, what are the benefits for you of now stepping out of your comfort zone? What have you found for you now that you've actually, sort of stepped out of there? Okay, so, the good thing, the exciting thing is as we move outside of our comfort zone, what was once that scary, unknown, frightening experience or frightening thought actually starts becoming our normal. And that's a great place to be, isn't it? It's a great place to be. Now, for me, I have actually, I've spent about, I will have spent about £10,000 this year on my own personal development. And that is a huge amount of money. It's a huge amount of money. But it's not about the money. It wasn't about the money. It was actually the fact that I have... Okay, yeah, you'll have to make some lists. Okay, so, for me, it was the fact that although it was a huge amount of money, I've seriously had to commit to up-leveling. I have, I committed to that change. Remember that actually whatever we say, money is still the currency of commitment. We can say all the time that we want to do something, but until we've actually committed money to it, and that's what I did. I committed money to me, to myself. I've had to totally up my game, and I am being challenged constantly to be the very best version of me. I've got massive goals that I'm committed to achieving over the next 3 years. And I am doing so many things right now that are so outside my comfort zone, I can't tell you. I'm doing things that I never thought was possible. And I can feel myself pushing against my own boundaries. And yet, I'm exhilarated too. I'm excited. I'm really excited because I know that I'm growing and this is where the growth is happening. And I am so excited for the next few months ahead for me. Now, there are these are my top reasons anyway, for you stepping out of your comfort zone. So just a couple of little things that I found for me are the reasons that we should do it. No matter how fearful it might be to start off with, there are really great reasons for stepping outside of your comfort zone. And these are the ones that I've personally found of benefit to me. So number one there, that is once you've actually stretched your mind, it'll never go back. Once you've grown, you can't not know something anymore. It's also, high achievers get comfortable being uncomfortable and they have that huge desire to succeed. So I know that actually I'm doing things that are uncomfortable right now, but actually it's the pathway to my success. And I will never give up. And that's, one of the key things too, that I've got that desire to succeed. You can get an increased level of focus and self-confidence and belief to make stuff actually happen. And when you take action, this was one of my favourites. When you actually start taking action, you actually realise that you can do so much more than you actually thought, and that those obstacles that were in your way, you've just totally overestimated them. So many people, if you think about it, so many people wake up each day feeling really unfulfilled. Knowing that they're just not quite living their life to the fullest. So if you think about the satisfaction that you will feel, the sense of achievement, the reward for when you get there, knowing that you're in control of living the life that you want to live. And as your comfort zone expands, you will start seeing new opportunities and you will become so much more resilient. And I can guarantee you that it will actually change your life. Remember, you are so much more capable of so much more than you ever believed possible. So a point there, if you are not feeling uncomfortable regularly, when everything is hunky-dory, it's all plain sailing for you, then you're not growing. Hi Sophie, great to see you here. Then you're not growing. You're not stepping into the real you. Now that's fine for some people. It's down to what you want. Now if you want to have more, you've got to learn to get uncomfortable sometimes. So I'm just going to ask you now, what can you do that makes you feel, hi lovely, what can you do that makes you feel uncomfortable? Now, I'm constantly investing in my self-development, and it's something I'm committed to doing for the rest of my life. So as Tony Robbins says, if you are not growing, you are dying. So I am going to challenge you to do something out of your comfort zone. What can you do over the next week to challenge yourself and step out of that cozy place? You aren't going to grow whilst you're in your comfort zone. The next level of you isn't where you are right now. And if you want something in life, you have to step out of that circle. You've got to step out of it. And if any area of your life isn't where you want it to be right now, you're not going to stay there. You're not going to get there by staying comfortable. So I want you to get comfortable being uncomfortable. If you are really serious about your own growth and development and some serious up-leveling of your life, then I want you to look out for my mastermind that kicks off on the 6th of January. This is my signature program. It's what I live and breathe for. So the doors will be opening soon, so I want you to keep an eye out for it, because I am so excited for this, and because I just know the transformation that you will experience by being on it. And remember, my free 5-day Mindset Bootcamp actually starts on the 2nd of December. I'll pop the link for you all in the comments. I want you to sign up now. It's free, so what have you got to lose there? So what I want you to do now is just pop in the comments before we finish off. I want you to pop in the comments, what one thing are you going to commit to doing today? Something that you wouldn't normally do. The one thing that perhaps makes you feel sick with fear. What you know, when you feel sick with fear, what are you going to do today? So Florentina, what attitude should you take when you step out of your... okay, so the attitude you take. Florentina, you've got to set your intention, and you've got to just set it, get your mindset in the right place for doing that. When you're saying that, is it because you have a different attitude perhaps to stepping out of your comfort zone in some areas than in other areas? Is it in one area or is it in other areas? Do you think that you've got to have a different attitude for the different areas? I think you've just got to have the same attitude for all areas. And actually for you, if you're able to step outside of your comfort zone in one area, what is it that's stopping you doing it in other areas? Because you know this, don't you? You know that actually you'll only grow when you step out. Have a go at it. Maybe have a think about that. What is it that's holding you back? It will only be fear. It will only be fear that's holding you back. But maybe have a think about that, because you need... So I mean many business relationships, etc. So do you find it easier, Florentina, to step out of your comfort zone in one area? Yeah, you've got to do it in all. You've got to do it in all. There is no differentiation between the different areas. There's no particular reason. There are too many in the same... You've got too much going on at the same time. Is that what you're saying? So you feel full of overwhelm. Again, go back to your planner, because you've got to stick with a schedule of planning, haven't you? So there's too many in the same time. Are you full of overwhelm right now because you're doing too many things at the same time? Yeah. Katie, brilliant. So you're going to reply to the email that you've been avoiding, and I will today confirm I will run 5 monthly workshops. Let me just click on that, see more. You're going to do 5 workshops. Okay. Even though you've stepped out of your comfort zone to run the workshops before, it's still something that I do. You don't enjoy, but understand that it will be benefiting me in the long run. The more I do, the better I will be at it. It will absolutely think about the reward that you're going to get at the end of doing this. And, you know, going back to my points there, that it's not until you've perhaps stepped out of there you realise how far you've come as well. Give yourself a pat on the back, Katie, for already running those workshops that you've done already. Because, you know, that's a massive achievement, in fact, doing that. So make sure you do congratulate yourself and give yourself a pat on the back for doing that already. Florentina, yes. So I think with you, you need to focus on one specific area. What is the one area that you can actually concentrate your focus on? And actually make that your focus. Because actually you're adding to the overwhelm by just juggling so many things at the same time. So go back to your planner and what can you focus on? And make, even if it's, you know, there's a great exercise where actually you can break down your tasks into sort of 60-minute, 45-minute, 30-minute and 15-minute tasks. So actually do the breakdown of that first and then focus on one particular area. You know, I think at the moment, I know Florentina, I know that, you know, we're in the same sort of group, and that actually what we're doing at the moment, we're having to do so many different things. And we're being stretched all of the time. But I think we have to just watch that we're not overstretching with that and focusing on too many things at the same time. Katie, brilliant. Yes, you certainly should give yourself a pat on the back. You know, brilliant. So fabulous. I'm really excited for the next year ahead for me. Are you really excited for the next year ahead for you? You know, just have a think about that. And if you're not excited, what can you actually do to make yourself get excited? What one thing can you do to actually get yourself excited for the year ahead? And now I'm actually off to see my son in Nottingham, so I'm going to drive up to Nottingham and have lunch with my son. So I'm really excited about that. And again, that's another thing about, you know, the freedom that I've got with the business that I've got right now. I can actually decide to do that. I've still got, you know, things to achieve. I'm still on track to achieve what I need to achieve, but I'm also going to give myself the reward and go out and see my son today for lunch. So thank you all so much for joining me today. Like I said, if you haven't already joined up to the Mindset Bootcamp that starts on the 2nd of December, I'd love you to come along. It's free, you'll get so much value from it. I'd love you to actually come along. And I'll pop the link in the comments for you. Have a fabulous day, everybody. And, you know, remember, do that one thing. Commit to just that one thing. Make it easier on yourself. What's the one thing that you can do that you can actually do today? Claire, you're going to launch your new page. You've been putting off because you've been afraid of upsetting people. Oh my God, yeah, absolutely. But, you know, that's not going to help you, is it? That's not going to help you. Stuff everybody else, honestly. You are blinking fantastic, Claire. So you just get out there and launch your page because you are fantastic. But what a great achievement stepping out of your comfort zone to do right now. Fabulous. All right, lovely. Have a fabulous day, everybody, and I will see you again soon. See you later. Bye.